Hello, let's solve this week's Flashback history quiz. Let's see what happened in history. We're starting with an event in 1945. The US and Soviet Union divide Korea into two occupation zones as Japanese military control ends in 1945. Okay, contrasting that, a mountain-sized rock strikes the Yucatan Peninsula. Three-quarters of species are wiped out, but flowering plants and mammals later thrive. Let's put that earlier. Indeed, 66 million years ago, comfortably earlier. The first tanks are used in combat, designed to break through trench warfare and built by men and women as young as 16. I'll put that before 1945. Indeed, 1916, the First World War era. Hurricane Katrina hits Louisiana, creating a calamity as levees in New Orleans rupture, inundating vast parts of the city. Well, we can certainly comfortably place that after 1945. Indeed, 2005. The first SMS message is sent. An engineer says Merry Christmas to a colleague at a holiday party in England. That's interesting. I don't really know when I think this would be. I suppose in the early 1990s, maybe? Okay, yeah, 1992. Okay, I was on the money with that one. Bayer sells heroin to relieve colds and pain, a wonder drug before its dangerously addictive nature becomes clear. Do I think that is in the late 19th century or the early 20th century? Ooh. I'm going to say prior to 1916. I'm not really certain about this. It was 1898. Okay, that was around when I thought, but I wasn't certain. The supercontinent Pangaea begins to split, moving up to 2 centimeters per year, roughly how fast fingernails grow, and forming the continents. Oh, this is embarrassing. I actually don't know if this was prior to or more recent than 66 million years ago. Oh, I feel as though this one should be just an absolute gimme, but I actually don't know. That's really horrible. Let's see. Well, it must be before. It is. Okay. As I thought about it for a second, I realized, well, of course it must be. But when I first saw it, my instinct was, I have no idea. But then, of course, if it's forming the continents. Okay. Anyway, Dan Feinstein is elected mayor of San Francisco, choosing to be pointedly visible by visiting fires and crime scenes. Well, this was in the wake of the assassination of Harvey Milk, right? So this would be, we can comfortably put that in between here, yeah, 1979. 400,000 auto workers strike for 67 days at GM. At the time, the big three car makers built 8 of 10 automobiles sold in the US. I would assume that to be the 1960s. Oh, no, 1970. Okay, so right after that. Oh, and that's the end of the quiz. Right, okay, well, there we go. Great. Oh, did I get them all right? I did. Oh, interesting. This was, look at how different this percentage is. The percentage breakdown is to last week. So last week, I think I was in 18%, something like that, something in that rough neighborhood of players who answered all of them correctly. But in this case, the majority, well, not the majority, but a plurality of players, 44%, nearly half, answered them all correctly. That's quite a difference. That's interesting. I wonder what the events were that were most incorrectly placed. This week, what were they? Dan Feinstein, that's fair enough. I mean, I know that as a longtime San Francisco resident, and then the auto worker strike was less frequently placed correctly than that. The Bayer heroin thing, yeah. But nothing had a very low, nothing was particularly low. Anyway, there we go. That was the flashback.